Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. For my subscribers, appreciate you. And any new ones taking a look, I hope you enjoy it and thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. Add any comments below for any questions or just to say hi. um, I wanted to bring a quick video. Well, it's under 2 minutes. It was taped longer, but I tried to reduce it for you. Just to show you how I prep cards and what I'm doing here. I'm actually showing you supplies that I'm using. These are my embossing powders. There's the golds. I have many different colors, but this is what I'm using today. The rose gold, liquid platinum, one of my faves, and tarnished gold. So when I'm making a card, I don't sit there and just take 3 hours to make it. I usually prep in advance. You'll see some of my other supplies there as well, like my Versamark ink, my silver embossing powder, my little powder spoon, my Misty, and some stamps. Also my powder tool to reduce the static and lint on your paper. So I like to have cards in a stash that may not have a sentiment on them. Right now I'm showing you the waffle flower sentiment editions with the dies. And when I'm creating a card, I'll sit there and I'll color, I'll blend, I'll watercolor, stamp, many different things, very relaxing. But sometimes I don't always have someone to send it to or an occasion. So I like to create my sentiments, my comments, my phrases in advance. And this is what I'm showing you today. These are the tailored expression sentiments, simple sentiment strips with the dies. Very easy to line up, and I'll cut in advance because they cut them all at once, and I'll store whatever I don't use in the back of the packet, how I store my stamps and so forth. So right now I'm going to prep my paper. This is just a simple stack of black paper. I think I bought this from Michael's, nothing fancy. But just at times if I'm creating and if there is a mistake, I won't feel too bad in wasting my Nina cardstock or, pricier paper. But I'm cutting the paper in half, and this is what I'll use to add my sentiments. And I love my Tim Holtz mini guillotine. Great for things like this. So now you'll see my process of what I'm doing as far as the stamps are concerned. And I've stamped the sentiments. I've heat embossed them. Now I'm using the die cut to cut them out. I sped this up a little bit so I didn't have to bore you with this. It's going to be the same process. I'm using different colors of embossing powders, but just for you to see how beautiful they come out and how you get many different sentiments all at once. Again, using my watermark stamp pad to ink them up. Press them down using my Misty, add the powder, heat emboss. And you'll know that the sentiment is actually dry because it goes from a dull light color to a bright, shiny, raised color. And that's the thing I love about heat embossing. It's very pretty on paper. It actually adds dimension. It makes your cards pop. But you can use different colors. And you can use whatever paper you have on stash. I'm a big fan of use what you have. You can use white paper and use different color embossing powders. You can use colored paper and so forth. But you can see how they've come out and how they cut out. And so now I have several sentiments to use for cards going forward. It's very important to know here that, again, if you don't have any occasion or a thought in mind, keep them all there. I'm sure there will be plenty of times. There's many times where someone will ask me, oh, do you have a card for this? Or, family will say, I need a card for this or for this occasion. And I'll look and I'll find something maybe that has flowers on it or a garden or a house or an animal or something. You can add these sentiments to anything. And so it helps you to really time-consuming tips for having things done in advance. And look at how pretty this one is. This should be the silver, And then also the liquid platinum. Those are my two faves. And again, the gold is beautiful as well, but it all depends on what your card is, the size, the background. But they really go with everything. You've seen other cards perhaps where they have different colors of the background, and you can add these to any of your cards. I'm using my Gemini Junior to cut these out. They cut beautiful, very beautiful. It's very easy to line up. I use my scrapbook.com mint low tack tape, and there you go. It just really is a fun, wonderful way to have these sentiments in advance ready to go. You'll see, like I mentioned, the different stamps. I've used the white embossing powder on black, and the powder tool that I use to apply to my cardstock just removes any lint. It'll remove any static, so that way when you do press down using your Versamark ink or whatever ink you're using, it gives it a good impression. And I actually had to re-ink mine just to make it a little bit more juicier. And as you can see, it just kind of, it's a clear little mark. You add your powder, clean up little extra pieces, and you'll see the little blocks on the side. That's how you would line up your die cut. And very simple as that. This is what I, again, love to see. I can emboss all day just to see it heat up, and it's dry, and it's ready to go. It gives you, again, the raised effect. Line it up with your die cut with the little squares. Super easy. And you have about 15 to 20 sentiments ready to go for your cards. I just think this was brilliant. And again, there's so many different phrases. Sending smiles across the miles, happy mail for you, adulting is hard, everything from congratulations to weddings, any occasion you want, sympathy. There's so many. I love these, let your light shine. So when you don't need to use the extra ones, you put them in the back of your packet. You're good to go. So I've used several of the different embossing inks that I showed you earlier. And just to have different colors and options, like I said, I used the gold, the silver, the liquid platinum, the rose gold, to have the different options, and just to kind of look at that again to see how it melts. I'm using my Wagner heat gun. It's a heat tool to heat up your embossing powder, and that's how you get it to heat up. I know some that if you don't have that, you can use a blow dryer. It may take a little longer, but you do need something to heat up this element of the embossing powder. And I really enjoyed making these. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. Let me know if you have any sentiment strips, or if you get these. Very fun. And you can see how I store them in a Ziploc and put them on my desk in a little stash. It helps me to be able to make a card quickly. And that's my little stash where I'll keep things that I need to use perhaps on cards. But it was very fun. I enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions, any comments, please add them below. I'd be happy to respond and see what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time. And please like and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Take care, everyone. Bye.